Commissioners are moving to cut down the jail population by targeting who gets booked in the first place. With the jail still overcrowded and under fire over conditions inside, leaders are now looking at alternatives for people accused of low-level offenses. Atlanta News First, Bridget Spencer is live from the Fulton County Government Center tonight. And Bridget, activists say this is the right thing to do ahead of the upcoming World Cup.
Blair, supporters of this measure say, look, the Fulton County Jail is already under scrutiny. They say it's overcrowded, so they're asking why put low-level offenders in there, particularly during the World Cup. Atlanta's just a month away from once again being put on the world stage.
We have FIFA, the World Cup coming, a very large-scale event, and we've seen in the past when these large-scale events come to Atlanta, like the '96 Olympics, that there was a lot of mass arrests.
And the motion passes 5 yeas, 0 nays.
In preparation for this, Fulton County commissioners unanimously passed Chairman Robb Pitts' legislation on Wednesday, which asked Sheriff Pat Labatt to avoid locking people up for certain misdemeanors.
Drunkenness, urinating on the street, probably small amounts of marijuana.
Pitts and activists like Devin Barrington Ward agree that the Fulton County Jail is already overcrowded and under federal scrutiny for being unsafe. Ward says officers need to utilize the diversion center more often.
At present, the diversion center can accommodate about 30 to 40 diversions a day. We aren't sometimes even getting to half of that.
Chairman Pitts says this resolution is only an ask of the sheriff, but he says the sheriff absolutely has the discretion to enforce this policy.
Because if you put them in jail, that's going to exacerbate the problem in our jail. And then when these people go back to their respective countries, it's not realistic to think that they're going to come back for a court appearance.
We just don't think that a jail cell, especially a jail cell that is currently under federal review, is really the appropriate remedy for some of these challenges in our city and in the county.
Now, right now, on the resolution, there is no timetable on how long this policy could last. We do know this was motivated by the World Cup, but Chairman Pitts says this policy could extend beyond that if he has a conversation with the sheriff about that and it goes well. We're live in Atlanta. Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.